My name's Dan Ora. I'm a 19-year-old pop artist based in Brighton, and I've been singing ever since I can remember, really, since I was about 12. I take inspiration from stuff that I've been through personally, just because I find it easier to write about. And the single that I'm releasing in a few months, it was about I was in a relationship and they were being very, very destructive, and it's just kind of about how do you tell someone that you love that they're being destructive and they're also taking you down with them. And I just needed to find a way to express my frustration at the time and also what I was going through. The music industry has changed quite a bit in 50 years actually. Now it's a lot more saturated, so you've got a lot more to compete with, and it's also a lot easier to put music out. Like Spotify, you can kind of put whatever you want on there. It's a lot harder to make a living in the music industry now, just because of the introduction of streaming and all of that jazz, and CD sales going down, and people kind of paying subscriptions for services now that they can listen to whatever they want. People don't really buy music anymore. It's a very hit and miss industry, but I chose it, so can't complain. I'd definitely say that in today's industry, I don't think anyone could make it without social media. It can kind of get a bit too much sometimes, so sometimes I do take breaks from social media, but it's definitely very, very important. I'd definitely say that I get a lot of my inspiration from, the legends like Stevie Wonder, Bill Withers, James Brown, Prince, just kind of legends.
What stage of a musical career are you currently at, and what do you have coming up in the next few years?
I'm currently spending all my time in the studio, just kind of working on my craft and writing a lot of new music.
How does the music process, the writing process normally go?
So it can go kind of one or two ways. Sometimes it can be a breeze, sometimes you can write a song in 4 hours, but sometimes you can write a song in 2 weeks. So it definitely depends, and it also depends on if my life's boring at the moment, if I've done something interesting, or if I felt a certain way.
You moved to Brighton. How was that as a change from being in Bournemouth?
Yeah, so I moved out when I was 16, straight after I finished my GCSEs actually, which I was definitely not planning on, but it definitely seemed like the right thing to do at the time, and it definitely was, because it's just a whole different story over in Brighton. It's music central, and it definitely changed my life for the better. You definitely have to wait and just kind of push your music as much as you can, get everyone to listen to it, get everyone to share it, but I'm waiting for my break. And I had tonsillitis 4 times last year, which was not hugely helpful. The fourth time that I got it, my body basically rejected it. I sung at Great Escape with tonsillitis, and it was horrible. So I got them out in June. I was readmitted to hospital twice after my surgery, and it just was not fun at all. I went to A&E the first time. I had a bleed in my throat from one of the wounds, and they put me in an ambulance over to the next hospital, and I stayed there overnight, and they kind of monitored me, and then 4 days later I had really, really bad flu symptoms, and after a surgery that is a sign of infection, so went to hospital again, and they said, yeah, you've got a viral infection somehow, and they put me in an ambulance again, over to the next hospital, and I stayed there for 3 days, probably the worst 3 days of my life, but I'm still here. I'm still breathing, and can't get rid of me that easily.